soul. Hey, mercy, take your toll. Wait till it's all dies. Count to 74.
I'm a professional in breaking fly rods actually, and it was every time a pain in the ass to get some new parts and to pay another fees, and this whole lifetime warranty, it's just a fake. And I said, oh my god, it should be possible to fix your rod, but at the same time I was thinking, oh, this must be really complicated and something like rocket science. And since then every year I go to Austria, to Steiermark, to fish for the famous Huchen and to visit a good friend of mine, and he built his rods too, and we were fishing one day for Huchen, and I was watching to his rod, and he said, this I built by myself. And I said, yeah, cool rod. And then he said, if you can tie a fly, you can build a rod. It's absolutely no science. It's just applying a bit of thread around a blank and applying a bit of epoxy and waiting a bit, having a beer and going on. And so I decided, okay, let's try to do this. And this was maybe the initial 5 minutes of deciding to begin to build a fly rod. First, I was a floor up here in our apartment basically, and I had more problems with my wife than building the rods, because I had all my stuff laying one day in this room, the other day in the kitchen. I'm a person that if I begin something, I want to stop it when I want it and leave all the mess like it is and come back the next day. And I had to think about, oh my god, I have to do something. And nowadays it's filled with all my passions, like fly fishing, like Star Wars, like Lego, like rod building, like playing piano, like music. It's just a place to be and to spend my time that I need for myself.
And tell the investors I could kill their guy. Hey, mercy, take your...
I said I began to build my own rods for me, and then a day a friend came and said, oh, nice rod, would you be so nice and build me one? Or I said, hey, let's do this. And then I built the first, the second, the fifth, the 10th, the 20th, and suddenly I recognized, okay, I could maybe do a little business out of this, because time is precious. Time is not money, but it's precious. And why not earn a little bit of money to maybe go to a nice fishing trip, or it doesn't matter what. Yes, the hotel is my main job, and this is just my little place. And as I mentioned, the hotel is there, and this is in the middle, and my house is up here. So I also spend the time in here when all the people is sleeping, maybe, because I work there until maybe 11 or 12 in the evening. And then I come here for 1 or 2 hours, and then I am in my balance to go to sleep, and next day to begin in full power the next day. In doing this and in building a rod for someone, you get a personal contact with this person. It's not just like, I want to buy a rod, okay, here is a rod, take your rod and go home and pay me the bill for the rod. It's like evolving a certain idea of the customer. Lots of customers don't know what they want, but they only know that they want to have something maybe colorful or special or individual, and not, I think lots of customers have a little bit the same idea as I have. And because of that, they come to me, because they know this is the place where I can get something really special and really outstanding from the rest. And I have customers, they come to me They can give me a piece of paper with all the details on it, with drawings, with plans, with dimensions, and all the rest, like weights and lengths and species to fish and whatever. And the other extreme part is the guide that comes to me and says, hey, I like all your work. I cannot decide which one I like the most. And so it's a little bit like finding and developing a concept for each personal person, and maybe also helping the customer get a picture of the final rod. And this is the cool way, because even the connection with every person is completely different from the other person, and even friendships grow out of this, also far away, on other countries, on other continents. And this is also something that blows my mind. Just, it's not basically the rod, it's the whole surrounding of building this rod and getting in contact with people, and with people that maybe 10 years ago there were no chance to meet someone from the other end of the world. I get in touch with materials. So first I had to think about what could I use to make my reel seals, or what could I use to make my handles, or could I combine materials that you use for building a window, implement them into a grip, or I don't know what. But also this was a creative process to just try out things, you know. Of course there were lots of errors and lots of no-goes, but after now, I think it's 5 or 6 years I'm building rods, I pretty found some pretty cool materials that maybe I was the first using them, and I see a lot of rod builders following me and asking me what it is and where to get this from. And yeah, I think I will also not stop at one point. I will always look for the next. For me, it has to have a design. It has to have a clean line and design in matching colors, in matching forms. And of course, there are all the benefits of a good fly rod, as it has to be crafted nicely. You need good components, nice cork, nice finishes on the threads, not too much epoxy. For me personally, I love single foot guides on rods because they leave the action of the rod more natural. And yeah, this whole package makes a nice fly rod.
This world is a vendetta, as bittersweet as bitter cold. But in your gaze is sweet.
If you do something like that, and it's really important that you do it with your whole passion, and the output will be the mirror of that whole passion, I think. And that's also something, because I do this with all my effort. I spend a lot of time, and I spend it thousands of hours to get the skills I have. You cannot become from one day to the next becoming a master, and I am far away from being a master, because if I'm sincere, I have never built a fly rod that was perfect from beginning to the end. I try to make always my best out of every fly rod, but I have never mastered to be, how do you say, to be okay with the results. It's always maybe 2 or 3 or 5 little things that I think, okay, next time I have to keep an eye on it. And